Hey, I just want to get through today's awesome sauce review of last night's class. Wow, what a group of people. So I know it takes us a long time to get around that room so that we can kind of hear everybody. Why are you here? What are your hopes? What are the blocks? What are we here to get through? But it is so critical that you learn to know each other and that you hear that almost every single thing that you've been hiding in your head, somebody else is going through as well. This class is the great equalizer. It does not matter where you are in the socioeconomic group. If you are at the top or the bottom, this work is the equalizer. It makes everyone work just as hard because learning who you are and how you're going to be in this world and how to make it all add up, every single one of us has to fight for that. And we are here to build monetary identity, your relationship to your resources as it combines with your internal values. And digging out those values is the thing under the thing, under the thing, under the thing. And we're going to dig in right here. But the other part to this is that you are a complex person. So because you're complex, it's not like we have some easy answer that we can just kind of go, oh, hold on, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. It doesn't work that way. We have to dig in because the person that you were back here isn't necessarily the person that you are up here. And many of you are stuck, and you're stuck in patterns that you don't know what to do with, or that you're stuck by circumstance, or you're stuck by culture, or you're stuck by jobs, or you're stuck by marriages, or you're stuck by your own inability to see another way. And that's okay, because we're going to unstuck it. And that means really looking at those top five. Remember, I kind of told you all that, you're going to hand me some sort of bullshit and tell me that that's the real deal, and it's not. But we're going to dig in and find out what is the real thing. And we're going to do that together as a group. And the other thing that I'm still kind of a little crazy about today is every single person in that room is ready for change. And you're ready to really do the farming that has to come next. And the farming portion of this is, one really kind of looking at the sky, getting up every day and going, okay, it's time to do the work, right? And that you kind of look on to your day. But farming takes these two hands. You have to get in and dig in and get to the work. And that means that you have to kind of assess the soil of your life. And that's really where we're at in this farming stage, is we're not just going to throw things into the ground and hope that they work. You don't need to do that. But what we do have to do is we really have to look at the landscape of your life. And that means looking at your networks. We talked about network. If it is not a fine-tuned working clock, and these are not people that you love and care about and who care about you, and they're not helping you grow, they're not your network. They're a platform of people that you are not harnessing either. So be very selective over who comes into that very little circle of your network, because they are the machinery that you will be farming with. They are the tools and implementation to your life. And they are critical. So we talked about pity friending. You've got to dump some of those people that you are pity friending. And you're pity friending them for a bunch of reasons, because that's how we are. But you've got to give them another direction. And sometimes the kindest thing to do is the thing that is the most uncomfortable for you. And the most uncomfortable is to say to them, I have a bunch of growing to do. Or you can just tell them the truth. I think it's time for you to grow. Here are some tools. Here are some tools. I've heard you complain about this thing for a bunch of times. It's time to start farming. And you may be the catalyst in their life, but you may not have recognized it until today. So you either have to stop pity friending, or you have to start perhaps understanding that there may be another role for you. And that role may be that you're actually supposed to tell them to get off their dead arse. Yeah, they got to get moving. Either way, movement has to come for them and for you. And we also talked about last night, right? The steps in which we're doing this. Your goals have to add up. They can't be in they can't be in a dogfight all the time. They have to add up, and they have to add up to this beautiful little circle that one feeds into the next, feeds into the next, feeds into the next, feeds into the next, and we get this beautiful circle of energy. And if we can get that circle of energy, right, then bing, the ding goes off, and then we get fed with emotional paychecks, and then we can feel fulfilled, and we fulfilled in every way. And that is really what you're working for, because when those values start dogfighting each other, what happens is you start moving into a rut. And that rut is annoying, because just how far you dug in is how far it has to undig. You don't just get to pick yourself up and be like, oh, rut, bummer, pick up. No, we have to undig it. It's like a screw. So you have to unscrew yourself. So if you've been screwing yourself in for 10 years, be nice. It's going to take some time. We also talked about the no, naughty chair. And that no, naughty chair, we all agreed. So for those of you who weren't there last night, we'll go over the no, naughty chair. But that no, naughty chair can't be with you for the next 6 weeks. And every time you go to put yourself in the no, naughty chair, then we really need to talk about it. And that no, naughty chair isn't actually going to help you. If you were a farmer, which I'm asking you to become, right? If you were the farmer and you were going to go out and you're going to yell at the soil for not being right, that's so silly. That doesn't help anything. It's lunacy. It's just, you're just crazy. And you're like, why do I do that? Why do you keep yelling at yourself? And that doesn't help you. You've got to become the learner. And we gave you some pieces. Dweck, D-W-E-C-K, right? She's the one that you got to look up. Look at her work. It is critical to understand limited mindset and growth mindset. You know, you've got to become the learner. And that part is, if you walk away from this class and have no other lesson, if you can understand a fixed mentality, and all the people that have a fixed mentality, we're going to talk about it in different terms of poverty, growth, survival, growth, and prosperity mindset. We're going to talk about it in a different way. But that part of fixed mindset is an enormous body of work that has been proven and worked with by the best people in many nations. So I'm asking you to spend about 3 hours with that concept on your free time. And she's adorable. Every time I look at her, I think, oh, I should have a nice little bob, cut my hair. She's so cute. So go back and look at your materials. You have an assignment, and that assignment is to do that gap map, right? Where are you today? What are all the obstacles, and where do you have to go? You and I are going to look at that gap map. And so if you're not able to make class next week, take a picture of it and send it to me. But I definitely want to know where you are now, where you want to be, and what you think those obstacles are. Because not only am I going to start working on them, you're going to start working on them, but all of those people in that class are going to start working on them, because we've got to get you through those pieces, because you've got to get across that bridge. We also gave you some amazing statistics. Karen's going to send you an email with the updated statistics, but the shocking pieces that everyone heard is 50, 50% of all taxes filed in the United States are filed with incomes under $30,000. And that is your entry point to middle class. And that is stunning. Stunning. So when you talk about the inequity, it's really there. Okay, median income versus household median income. But again, that 60,000 mark is really that median income. So for Minnesota, we learned that it's a different number in Mississippi, but that's the place for everyone that's sitting in this class. If you aren't making that, you need to do that. If you are making an enormously amount more than that, congratulations. And what does that mean for you? Because every single person and every single layer of what is here has something different that they have to learn. And they have to learn internally, but they also have to learn how to master the resources that are here. Because monetary identity is your relationship to your resources, right? As it combines with who you are, your values. So who are your resources? And resources are unlimited. I mean, that yes, you may make this amount of money or you may make this amount of money. It doesn't matter. If you're not resourcing them to be the best you, you're impoverished. It doesn't matter. You've got to be able to mine your resources. Farming. You are going to be a farmer of your own life. And the other shocking statistic that I don't know if we brought up last night, but you'll get it again perhaps next week, is 54% of people right here in the United States are spending more than they make. And they are putting it on credit cards. They're buying houses they can't afford or cars they can't afford, or they are just spending to feel better. Or they think they're investing. I'm investing in my business. I'm investing in myself. You know what? Get a budget. You've got to get a handle on who you're spending, why you're spending, and what are you doing. Most people, 40% of people who are overspending for one dang reason, and that is because they don't want to have to pay attention, that they're tired or they have too much to do, and they just go, yeah, it's just money, I'll earn some more tomorrow. 40%. So for those of you who are the overspenders, look at the reasons why you're overspending. And it usually is because you're trying to detach from something. Let's find the thing you're trying to detach from and attach to the right thing, which is your values work, right? Let's get you knit nice and tight so that we know here is who you are. And that is the goal of the next 6 weeks. This is a tremendous amount of work. I want to thank you for being here because this is the most important work that you will do in your life. We will probably see you again in another few years. That is the right thing to do. When you are in this class, take in what you are eligible to take in. That is all that is the expectation. For those of you who are new, 3, I'm really hoping that you walk away with 3 of your 5 values just so nice and neat and that you know who you are. For those of you who have been here before, you may get to take your 3 from a different time and just realign them so that you have the 5. But if you can get all 5, you're a miracle worker. I mean, that's such an overachiever goal. But really, for those of you who are new, I'm hoping you get 3 out of the 5. The other thing that I love about what's here is you're going to start talking to other people who are growing and going and farming and seeing and learning the same things that you are here. This class is the equalizer. Doing the hard emotional work of your life is amazing. And it brings up lots of emotions. It brings up tears and fears and grief and joy and worry, anxiety, fear of success, fear of failure, and it brings up hope. And that is one of the things that I want to just pour right in on top of your head in, triple, quadruple, multiple uses, because hope is what you get to have. Hope is not just a strategy, okay? Hope is the beginning catalyst to the work. And make sure that you understand I'm going to make you work, because we have to take step after step after step after step after step, not just baby steps, okay? We're not here to just whittle around, okay? We're here to take step, 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 step. I'm coming for you. So I will see you again in a week. think about all of the things that we talked about. I hope your mind is swirling like crazy with all of the things that were there. You know, using your assets. An asset is only an asset if it pays you money. If you have assets and they are not paying you money, go look at them. They need to get up off their ass, because you have skills. And I know, because I know almost every single person in that room, or I know the person that you are attached to, you have assets. I also know that you need to go work on your network. Who's in there? What are they doing? Are you connecting? That is how you will till your soil. You also need to go look at what are the things that you do value. I would start searching adjectives right this week. Start looking at words. What does that mean? Who am I? What is there? Pity friending. Y'all need to look at pity friending. There are so many of you who are taking on and keeping relationships that are not empowering to you in any way. And I don't know why you're just too scared to say no. Then the last thing is do your homework. You were given 4 pages. So there is 2 pages in your workbook. Karen handed out another 2 pages. Oh, she might have handed out 3, right? The writing assignment of, if money were walking across the street, what would it look like? Just respond. Permission slips. Oh, she did hand out 3. Permission slips, and then that check from the universe, right? So if you weren't in class, we'll give you those, or Karen can send them in an email. She's really good about that. Karen is your main contact for this class, so give her a call, find out what you need to do, and then I will see you next week. I look forward to our work. You are a blessing to me. I am out of my mind excited that you were willing to take this journey for yourself, because it's worth it and you are worth it. So, love yourself, be gentle and kind and generous to who you are. Lots and lots of things went into you. You have been, made for this moment, and all of the things that were there, all of your ancestral knowledge is coming forward with you and your work, right? We are here at this moment, at this time, and that in itself is magic. So I thank you for this time, and this is the right time for you. This is the right time. There's nothing better to do than to love yourself in a way that is the most generous, gentle, thoughtful, and enormous way that you could right now, today. And we're going to work on it for the next 6 weeks. I'll see you in a week.